To help you understand what the mitochondria is, we have to realize that all of our cells contain mitochondria. The more specialized the cell, the more energy it takes, and therefore the more mitochondria that cell has to have. And so the best way I like to explain it is that most of us carry around with us a cellular phone. Now this smartphone is something that does a lot of different things. I probably only use a third of it. But again, every cell phone has a battery. And as long as that battery is recharged, my cell phone works. But as soon as that battery goes dead, so does my phone. Same thing occurs in the cell itself, the human cell. That if the mitochondria aren't recharged, if they're not charged up, then that cell starts to lose function. And as soon as it loses function, we start to get sick. Now I have something in my cell phone that as the battery life starts to get low, something flashes at me. Think about that as symptoms. Meaning that when your body starts giving you symptoms, sometimes that's a sign that your cellular batteries are starting to run low and they need to be recharged. And so one of the best ways to recharge our cellular batteries is with natural ingredients like alpha polysaccharide peptides from rice, brown rice, purple rice, are some of the best mitochondrial nutrients that we can find on the market today. When it comes to our cellular batteries producing energy, most of that comes from the foods that we eat. Now, if we examine what people are eating for breakfast and for lunch and for dinner, what we're finding out is that the foods are so deficient in these key mitochondrial nutrients that we're literally losing energy every time we eat. Let me give you an example. If we pull into a fast food restaurant, eat a double cheeseburger, fry, and soda, your body has to give up a lot of energy and work to break down that food. What are we getting back for all that work? Does that food contain really these mitochondrial nutrients that our cells need to produce energy? No, they don't, very little. So you can't eat chocolate Cocoa Puffs for breakfast and expect to get a rich source of these mitochondrial nutrients. So really, people are wearing their bodies out every time they eat processed food. Our energy levels just keep going down, and going down. And so really today we have to supplement our diet with supplements that contain a rich source of mitochondrial nutrients. And that's why I highly recommend these alpha polysaccharide peptides from brown and purple rice. You know, a lot of people are searching for the fountain of youth, and what they don't realize is that the fountain of youth is really within us. In fact, researchers have now found that right within the cell, we have these little organelles called mitochondria, and we believe that those mitochondria are linked to this fountain of youth that we're all looking for. Meaning that if we can keep these little organelles happy, well-fed, well-nourished, we'll live longer. And that's what researchers determined, that really that part of the cell that now we know creates energy, creates function, that if we keep that part healthy, that we'll live longer and healthier lives. So if you're looking for the fountain of youth, all you need to do is to look within you and you'll find it at the cellular level. So really mitochondria, get to know that term, get to know that word, because that's where the new medicine is going. This discovery is unlocking so many doors as we look at a variety of diseases that are out there that are linked to mitochondrial dysfunction. Most of the major diseases that Americans are contending with today can be linked to mitochondrial dysfunction. So you're going to find that the new medicine of the day, supplementation, all these things are going to be revved up and formulated to create nutrients that feed that part of the cell that we call the fountain of youth.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jack Tibbs, a licensed clinical nutritionist in the state of New York and a practitioner of naturopathy and clinical nutrition for over 28 years. I am so thrilled to be able to tell you about a special nutritional formula that has powerful ramifications for our health. In fact, it's one of the nutritional products that I do not ever like to miss a day taking myself personally. It just seems to be when I take this product called Alfa PXP, that it enlivens my bodies, it enlivens my brain, and I'm ready to function for the day. We are in a global energy crisis. And I'm not talking about getting gasoline for cars. I'm talking about at the cellular level in the human body. Think about it. How many people do you know that are a ball of energy? I know the 2-year-old is driving you crazy, but most people that I talk to, particularly since I'm a consultant and I'm talking about health, across the board, people mention they don't have the energy. They're tired at the end of the day. They don't feel like they've got the energy to cope. Let me tell you something. Energy is everything. But nowadays, people are living in a state of reduced energy. This is very dangerous for our health because our immune systems need energy. Our bodies need energy to function. We can understand this, that wouldn't it be great if we could just plug ourselves in like a cell phone battery and charge up our energy and then head out into the world with a full charge. That's what PXP does for our cells. So let me explain why we're having this energy crisis today. One primary cause is environmental toxicity. The pesticides, the air pollution, the water pollution, the food pollution, the additives, the removal of nutrients that doesn't give our cells the nutrients they need. We are in a double whammy, triple whammy situation in life because we're accumulating and being exposed to toxins, environmental toxins. We have lower standards of nutrition, and we have a higher stress level of just trying to cope with life and everything we do. I've heard great researchers and doctors say all diseases start with a lack of ATP. We're living in a cellular energy crisis. We're watching diseases skyrocket across the globe. You know, diabetes is on the upswing, Alzheimer's is on the upswing. These are preventable diseases, and one of the major faculties that we have to have in order to prevent developing diseases, chronic degenerative diseases, autoimmune diseases, is ATP that's made by the mitochondria inside our cells from simple sugars called glucose and oxygen, and what's also called the citric acid cycle that prepares the molecules that uses an array of nutrients that are often missing in the modern diet. This is the energy crisis. Well, what would something do like PXP that would come along and actually help our cells make energy?